What's up? What's up? About to go live, or we're going live, y'all. It's the first live ever. Let's see if I get any guests. I'm not gonna stay on here long. How you doing, Scottish Bird? Thank you for tuning in. This was an unplanned live. As I've said before, I usually don't have a set time on when I could do my live streams, so I'm kind of just doing the pop-up thing. Y'all catch the live, Bob, what's going on? Shout out to Australia. Vincent, what's up, bruh? Trizelle, what's going on, bro? How you doing? I appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is gonna be like a little pop-up live. Like I was saying, I don't ever have like a set time on when I could do these live streams because my schedule be so crazy. So I'm just trying to, get comfortable with the live streams, get them in when I can. Eric, what's happening? Shout out to Ohio. Yeah, so I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Y'all got some things to. Are you in Virginia? How's the weather out there? It's hot out here, bro. It's hot out there. I mean, it's hot out here. That's why I'm in this shirt. But yeah, if y'all got some things y'all want to talk about, go ahead and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's my first ever live stream. Never done one before, so trying to get comfortable with that. Like I said, I've been wanting to tap in with y'all, get more, just dig a little deeper with y'all, give you a little bit more of a familiarity with me, and right now I'm holding the camera because my rig right there, it only wants to have it turned sideways, and it says I can't have it sideways. I gotta have it straight up. So the sunshine, yeah, man, yeah. Not when it get too hot. These aquariums get real warm. Like this one right here. This one right here is 84 degrees right now. So it's still not too hot, but it's not where I like to have it at. Where all the comments go? Let's see. So I'm not really that familiar with this at all. So, as your comments drop down below, Long Beach is cool today. That's what's up. That's what's up. How can I keep my algae down, my trigger? Fish like to eat snails. Man, they keep on disappearing. Let's see if I could check out those comments on my other phone. But keeping your algae down, honestly, I be keeping my lights off a lot of the time. If you have the appropriate lights, you don't have a lot of nutrients in your water, you stay on top of your water changes, you should be good. But the phosphates, the light, and the nutrients is going to definitely make sure you have a lot of algae in your aquarium. So, like I said, let me cut the light on this one. I added some salt in here, so it's looking a little cloudy. But the sand is pretty white. But I keep the light off a lot in this aquarium because of this cyano. It's cyanoalgae, so I keep it off a lot. Besides, the fish don't really care about the light. The light is for us to view them, and being that this is a fish room, I have that luxury. I could definitely keep it off. But let me try to find a way to get to y'all comments because I want to make sure. Cut the light time on the tank, no doubt. But with that cyano, bro, let me show you. And I guess that's one good thing about having doing this live stream on the phone. I could just take y'all with me. But let me show you this one right here. Let me show you this 125. The cyano in this 125 kick up within like an hour, bro. Within like an hour. So as you can see, sand white. But if I leave this light on, all the sand right there is gonna get cyano damn near immediately. And I know it's because of my lights. know it's because of my lights. Yeah, it might have some nutrients in the water, but it's definitely because of the light. So again, like I said, the fish don't really care, and it only happens in my saltwater aquarium. But if I had the appropriate light, I would guess that it would be a lot better. What's good with the build? Man. Well, costs money, bro. It costs money, man. To be honest with you, it's gonna take a while, man. Like, I gotta prioritize. I gotta make sure that, the important things are being taken care of. And although I really want to see this thing built, I also gotta make sure that, the family is taken care of. So it's probably gonna cost like another like $3,000, bro, to build this finish building this plywood aquarium. The glass is like $700. The epoxy is probably going to be another $700. Uh, it's just a lot, bro. Just a lot. It's going to definitely be, but the one that's going to take the most time is this the lotto or something like that. Let us show me and my wife watch you all the time. I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. Like I was telling everybody, it's kind of like the pop up. I didn't let anybody know I was going live. This is my first live ever. I don't even go live. I don't even go live. I've never been live. I've never gone live on YouTube at all. But I do want to get more comfortable with it. I want to tap in with y'all. And if you're just tuning in, I appreciate you for stopping through. And yeah, like I was saying, so this 800 right here, I want to go as big as I could go. I want to go as big as I could go. I would love to have this one, damn near 6 foot as well. What can I do? My fish has a bad fin. All right, dropping on it. I would probably throw some. Let me see. I throw some medication in the water. Do I ever get corals or just fish? I had corals. I had corals. If you're new to the channel, you wouldn't know that. But actually about 2 years ago, I had corals. This tank right here, gallon. You got to check out some of those older videos. I had a ton of corals in there. So I do keep corals, or I did keep corals. When I moved into this house, I lost all my fish. I lost all my corals, lost about 95% of my fish. But back to Brett, I was asking about the fins. I would use one of these medications right here probably. I would probably use some of this Melafix. It works for open red sores. It works for open body wounds. It says spin and tail rot. It's not the same, but probably would hit with some Melafix. Another one that's good, but I probably wouldn't use that one, is this Penafix. Penafix is good too, but this one works for like it says fungus and cottony growth, mouth and body fungus, reddening of the fins and body. So it might work. I would definitely hit it with some Melafix. Use some of that aquarium salt, and just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. I freeze up. Damn. Maybe it's because I'm moving around. It's probably because I'm moving around, and I got y'all on this phone. But yeah, Vincent, what's up, fish people? Yeah, Vincent. So I was, like I was saying, man, I'm definitely trying to make this 800 gallon as big as I could possibly make it. Right now, it's about 10 foot by 6 foot, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe like 7 foot. I want to make this thing at least tall as that canopy. I would love to have it as tall as that canopy and have like, glass windows on each side. Don't have to be in the front by the garage opening, but at least three different windows. I would love that, but you know, it's gonna something has to change. Something has to change. Maybe I got to hit the lottery. Get some more of that good karma. But something has to happen. If it does happen, I'm going all out. I'm going all out because that's how I feel about my fish. But I also gotta, keep in mind, got a family to take care of. So, fish gotta come second. But yeah, so if y'all just tuning in, thank you again for tuning in. I've said it over and over again that this is basically the pop-up. It's probably what I'm going to name my live streams a pop-up. I don't know how often I'm going to drop videos. I don't know what day I'm going to drop videos. But we'll drop them when I can. Whenever I see time, whenever I can squeeze some time in, I want to definitely tap in, connect with y'all. And you watching from Los Angeles? That's what's up. I appreciate you. Thank you, Junior. So yeah, if y'all got things y'all want to talk about, any questions at all, I'm waiting. Let me see if I've missed any. Probably have while I was talking. Good looking. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, bro. That's exactly what you got to do. Just the medications and salt, and it's all good. Let me see if I missed any comments, y'all. Let me see. I'm new to this live stream. I'm new to this live streaming, so I don't really know how to get to the comments on this phone. I think if it was on a computer, it would just be like showing up somewhere. Yes, sir. Going live. Going live. All right, let's see where we at with it. I think it's saying it's waiting for a guest. I think because I hit that I'm accepting guests. So man, if you wanna get in on this live stream, you feel saltwater is any better? Is he any better than fresh? What would you ever do to bake plant a community tank with fish? All right, y'all hit me with the questions. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna talk about the saltwater first. Um, do I think the saltwater is any better? No, it's not better, and it's definitely not easier. But it's different. It's different. I think that if you have enough space and you got a fish room, if you have multiple aquariums, you should do both. No, don't trip, King. But yeah, I think you should do both. If you can do both, do both. The saltwater, you have a lot more colorful options. You have some real exotic stuff. You could have a small community type of fish, and it looks absolutely stunning. I mean, it's the same thing with the fresh, but I feel like it's nothing like salt. It's just a lot harder, when you're doing your water change, your maintenance, when you have to medicate, when you want to buy your. I ain't gonna lie, the most beautiful saltwater fish are expensive. Some of the ones, man, so like look up the gym tank, beautiful. Look at the banana eel, beautiful. All of those are, $500 or more. One of my dream eels is the Japanese dragon moray. $1,500. $1,500. If you look at the koi tangs, $1,200. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. So um, it's definitely not better, but I feel that the fish do look better, to be honest with you. They look a lot better. But I'm a freshwater dude as well. I mean, most of my tanks are freshwater. But when I got into the saltwater hobby about 5, 6 years ago, I just fell in love with it. Matter of fact, before I even got into the saltwater hobby, I was doing tons of research. The job I was at, they had a beautiful 150-gallon aquarium, and I would just sit there and ask questions. I look at the refugium, I do research, and when I finally got comfortable, I started off with 20-gallon. They gave me a few different corals. Remind you, I did all this research already. So when they gave me the corals and all that, everything just was thriving. I had a chili coral that's expert level, thrived, all of that. So just do a ton of research, and you know, you'll be happy that you have both of them. If I had to choose between the salt or the fresh, I would probably. I guess it depends on how much work I had, like how much was on my plate. If I got a big family, if I have a family that, and I'm always busy with work, I'm always busy, and that's the reason why. And the other question somebody asked me, what would I do with a big, large community planet tank? I think I've been getting into the guppies lately. I've been getting into the neons, things like that. I'm going to grab it. I've been keeping in the skin for over 20 years, but also want to set up a river themed tank. Yeah, I think that would be good. What would you put in that river themed tank? But I think my pond is almost like a planet. Hopefully, hopefully it don't start glitching on y'all. But I think watch from England. What's up, Busy's Fish, UK? Appreciate you. But yeah, I think this is kind of planet, 800 gallon. If I upgraded this how I want to, you see that canopy top right there? That's the height of how high I would want this thing. Maybe not that high because I gotta worry about the garage right there. But at least to about right here. So at least 5 foot, about 5 foot, 5.5 foot. I would love to have this pond right here. Same dimensions, just 5 foot. That'd be nice. Yeah. How do you? Man, where's all the questions going? There we go. All right, I got y'all. Ooh, I got y'all now. All right. All right, we gonna I'm gonna start from the bottom and then I'm gonna go all the way up. I see what happened. All right, how do you find the energy to do all you know? I'd be tired. I definitely be tired. It's something I love. I think make with your fish. That's when you see who's eating and things like that. But yeah, that's where the energy comes from. That's where the energy comes from. Because I love this hobby so much. I love my family and I love my hobby, so that's why it's a lot easier. Let's see. All right, let's get to the next one. It's going to be fresh water. Geez, fish keepers know. Yeah, yeah, Trizelle, for sure. Definitely got to be fresh. All right, I'm about to start going up, and then I'm gonna come back down. I'm trying to make sure I get all of your questions. Don't want to leave anybody hanging. Yeah, freshwater all day. Rock aquatics, sup fish tank Frank. I guess that was for him. That wasn't for me. I have a question. I live next to a beach. Can I use the water for saltwater tank? Um, that's a good question. I think when you buy your salt water, I think that's what they do. They go and just pull it from the ocean. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that though. I know it's probably cost effective. I see a lot of guys from Florida. They just go and grab the fish right out the water and just throw them in and pull water from their waterways. I don't think I would do that. I definitely wouldn't do it for fresh water, but I don't think I would do that. You allow a lot of different pathogens inside your aquarium, and these fish are expensive, so I just wouldn't trust that. It's a lot easier just to make your salt water, and it's not even that expensive. You could get you a 5 gallon. Again, sorry about the glitching if that's what it's doing since I'm taking you a walk. But look, check it out. This right here makes 150 gallons or 160 gallons. That's really all you need if you have a decent sized aquarium. As long as you don't have like a 225-gallon aquarium, you got like a 75-gallon or something like that. That's really all you need. You could definitely buy one of those once a month and buy your RODI, get you an RODI filter system, or you could go to your local pet store and buy your RODI water and just make the water, make your salt water. You'll save some money. It's not that bad, and you know, it gives you a better insight on you know, the saltwater hobby. I hope that answered your question. Hold on, let's go. Where's the comments? There we go. All right, like I said, working my way back. How's the new eel doing? The new eel is solid. Junior Pacheco, the new eel is doing good. The new eel is doing good. He's right up in there. Where you go? I don't know if you can see him. I don't know if you can see him, but he's right up in there. So he's doing pretty good. Eats every day. Does what he's supposed to do. He left Skeletor alone. That's what we were concerned about. So definitely happy about that. All right, come on now. What I do need to do is next time I'm definitely not gonna have it to where I can invite a guest because that's why my comments keep disappearing. Yeah, I answered that question. All right, looks like I think I'm doing good with the questions. All right, let me get to the bottom now. Texas 2A, what's up, bro? Appreciate you for stopping through. Can I keep a fire eel in a 125? That's from Eloy. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You could probably do that for a long time. You talking about indefinitely? Well, they get big. They get big. You know, it just take a long time for them to grow. Long term, I wouldn't suggest it. But you know what? They pretty much hide all day. They're in caves all the time. They do get big though. They do get big. I don't think I would keep one in a 125 for the rest of its life. Is that what you want to do? You want to keep it in there for the rest of its life? They get 3.3 feet. So that's pretty big. That's pretty big. It's like what, 39 inches? So yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend keeping a fire eel in a tank for life, but definitely you could get away for some time. I have my tire track eel right now in a 225 and it's still tiny. I mean, granted, I only had it for a few months, but I do see all the time these different size eels and, you know, they're not full grown. You know, OFR, they have some big fire eels. I think those might be full grown. So if you check out Ohio Fish Rescue, you'll see how big some of these fire eels can get. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they have them in like a 700 gallon, 750 gallon. So I'm not saying you need that, but you definitely might need something bigger than just a 125 long term. Somebody said, again, the comments, there we go. Latimo said nothing less than a 250. I don't know. That 225, 25 gallons bigger than that. Yeah, I guess I can see your point because they get thick. But I would say if I had a full grown 3-foot eel, I would probably say bigger than that. I know they get big. They get 39 inches. They get 39 inches. What I'm saying is that I think bigger than 250 is what I'm getting at. I wasn't thinking smaller. I was thinking bigger. So, you know, I just don't know how big. Like I said, OFR, they got theirs inside of like a 700 gallon. You know, maybe a 450 will work. I mean, you're not going to want to keep it by itself, but I guess if you want to keep the fire eel by itself, you could definitely keep it in something like a 250. But to me, that's a waste of space. If I have a 250 gallon aquarium, I definitely want to make sure I have more fish in every size, just one fire eel. Good morning to you, Jagan. Good morning to you. Shout out to India. Yeah, yeah, bigger full grown, 1,000 gallon for the full grown shit. Hey, man, don't tell them that. Don't tell them that, man. Man, how many people could have a 1,000 gallon aquarium? Man, the money that costs to buy that, even if they build it, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you kind of shut them down with the 1,000 gallon. I wasn't gonna go that big. I see your point though. I definitely wasn't gonna go that big. But yeah, they do get big. Just keep that in mind. Fire eels do get very, very large. I don't know how long it'll take to get full grown, but you just want to be prepared. You just want to be prepared for it if that happens. Exactly. You definitely want to treat the fish right. You bet you also want to make sure that you don't have to move into that tank. You also want to make sure you don't have to move into that tank. It's always about treating the fish right. That's a fact. But I also don't think that a 3 foot fish need 1,000 gallons. That's a very large tank. Or go broke. Exactly. That's why you're gonna live in that tank. Exactly. Facts. That's facts, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant, man. You all of a sudden you out of your house at home, but you move it to that aquarium. Yeah, then you don't have nowhere to put that aquarium. Man, throw that aquarium on some wheels, pull it up to the corner. Now you living in the tank with your family. Nah, you can't. It can't be like that. So just keep that in mind. They get large. You definitely gonna need something bigger than the 125 long term, and it goes from 250 to possibly 1,000 gallons if you could afford it. Always bigger the better. I mean, if you could afford bigger, go as big as you could afford. Go as big as you could afford. And if you handy, somebody that know how to get down, you could make something that's big. You don't even have to, do it yourself. You know, hire somebody to do it. That's way cheaper. That's way cheaper. 1,000 gallons, you're gonna probably spend $10,000 or more. All right, Latimo, man, appreciate you, man. Thank you for stopping by. It was definitely nice interacting with you. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. You have a good one. Shout out to Canada. So, anybody else? What y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about? Any tips on setting up a fish room? Yeah, yeah, that's an excellent question. Think it through, plan it out. The most important things that you're going to figure out is that you want to have the easiest way of removing the water and adding the water back into your aquariums. I set up my fish room before I put in place the disposing of the water, which I set up my drain line, so the drainage, and then again when I set up my manifold to put the water into the aquariums. All those were like an afterthought. Afterthought is still better than no thought, but if you plan that out beforehand, you mark out on the ground with some blue tape where you want the aquariums going to be, the size, the dimensions of the aquariums. Do all of that. Put all of that out on the floor so you know where each tank is going to be, and then you decide on how many water lines you need to have going into these aquariums. Well, probably one, but you need to make sure that you have the correct place of these water lines, whether or not it's going to be in the left side or the right side. And the same thing with the drainage. How are you going to drain these aquariums? If you do that first, it's going to be so much easier. Now, that's part of the reason why this is so difficult for me, because as I'm setting up all these different aquariums and trying to do my water changes, some have drain lines, some don't. Some has the water, but most of them have the freshwater lines going in. Actually, all of those have the freshwater lines going in. But I want to have it to where all of my tanks can drain with the flip of a valve. Close one valve, open one valve, the tanks drain. Same thing with the water. Cut the water on, open the valve, the water goes right in. That's the best way to set up your fish room, and it's going to allow you to actually enjoy your tanks more than you have to work on them. Because when we get into the fish hobby, when we get an aquarium, we don't buy the aquarium because we want to do maintenance. We buy the aquarium because we want to enjoy the fish that we bought. We want to look at them. We want to admire them. But when you have, a fish room such as this, it can easily become work, and it only becomes work if you don't think it through beforehand. Now, Learn from, I wasn't a mistake, but I moved in here in a rush. That's why I lost all my fish. That's why I lost everything, because we had to get out the apartment same day. Everybody got all the tanks and everything got moved the same day. It was just me. And so I lost, 95% of my stocking. Now that's why this 240 is set up where it is. If I would have had help, I probably would have moved it around. Because that's a heavy ass aquarium, man. That one is a beast. So that's why that one is sitting right there, and I just basically adjusted and just you know played the hand that I was dealt. So everything came out all right, but now I'm going back behind myself, trying to make things better, trying to make things more efficient. So if you could plan out as many steps as you can before you get started on that fish room, long term is going to be a lot easier for you. You're going to be able to enjoy it longer and faster. And just like painting the backs of all these aquariums, I would have loved to have been able to just paint all the backs before I even put them into place. So think about that. Think about drainage. Think about the water, putting the water back in. Think about what colors you want to paint the back of your aquariums. Think about whether or not storage. Think about where you're going to have the storage at for these aquariums. Think about whether or not you want all sumps, all above the tank sumps, all sponge filters. Just make sure if you're gonna have sponge filters, you want to have the air line running up top and drop the line into each of your aquariums. So just try to plan out, man. Plan. You cannot do too much planning when it comes to setting up the fish room. I'm impatient, you know, but that's the best advice I could give you. Just plan ahead, make sure you write it down, and just keep rechecking and making sure that that's how you want to have it. Like I said, when I put this pond into place, I had the tape on the floor for a long time. I was walking around the tape for weeks to see if I was okay with having to walk around it's not a tight space, but walk around something that's this large. And the same thing with this with the 1600 gallon. I put the tape on the floor. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna have to cut off this section. Let me see how it feels walking around the area. Let me see how it feels, pulling my cart through here or any of that. Let me make sure that I'm comfortable with being able to move around, the space that I'm allowing myself once I've actually built this. Because once you build it, it's there. So I really hope that helped you. Like I said, plan. I missed some comments. Come on, y'all. There we go. Every when do you do your water change and what percentage? Danny, Danny, you didn't really miss that much, bro. You didn't really miss that much. Thank you for tapping in with us. Thank you for joining. Chase, what's happening with you? What's good? So, y'all done missed a few comments. Yeah. Sometimes we get impatient. That's a fact. That's a fact. We definitely get impatient. But Junior asks, he says, every when do you do your water change and what percentage? Well, honestly, some of these tanks, believe it or not, like this pond, I don't even have to do a water change. So as you can see, the garage door is open every day for at least 12 to 14 hours a day. That's why those tanks get algae like that. And so so it's like high humidity, but it's not humid in here. That being said, I get a lot of evaporation. So most of the time I'm topping off. I don't even have to do water changes. On this, I've done probably 2 water changes. I'm on YouTube Live. Yeah, it's all good. No, it's all good. On the pond, I've done 2 water changes. The first time I did a water change was when I just set it up. The second time I did a water change, it was when I changed the big main potted plant. It made the water murky. I took some water out. I put some water in. Other than that, I'm topping off the pond. The plants literally pulled all the nitrates out the water. The other aquariums, the longer they've been set up, the longer I could go without having to do a water change. I top off my aquariums a couple times a month. Man, probably yeah. And they're like every other week, probably like three times a month. I'm gonna have to actually pay attention to that. I really don't even keep track. I just know that whenever the water's low on one, I just go around and fill it all up. But as far as a full-on water change, it's usually when I see that it needs to be done. I don't really like seeing any feces collecting on my substrate. So when I get in there and I start siphoning out and getting out, doing a grab up back on that sand, that's when I do a water change. Um, if the water's looking green, like the ones that get hit by that sun all the time, my peacock tank and my Giardini tank, they get hit with that sun all the time, so it's constantly getting green. So I do water changes on them a little bit more. The 240, man, like once a month. Like once a month. It's been set up for a while. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you have your aquarium set up, I don't want to say the correct way, but I feel like the correct way is you have some plants in there. You have some plants in there. The reason why you want to have plants in your aquarium whenever you can, if you can't put them inside the aquarium, you can put them inside your sump. If you can't put them inside the sump, you're going to end up doing a lot more water changes. But when you have plants in there, it removes the nitrates from the water. It really assists you so much. I'm not one of those kind of people to say you never have to do water changes, but you allow nature to really work with you. I said it before. You really allow nature to really work with you. Those plants are going to remove those nitrates. That's what we do when we do the water. We're taking out nitrates. We're taking out the phosphates. That's what we're doing when we take out that water and we're adding in new water. So if you have your aquarium set up in the way of an ecosystem, where you do have the plants, where you do have the bottom feeders that's helping eat up all of the pellets or the food that some of your bigger fish are not eating. You might have some snails in there. That's an ecosystem. You won't find yourself doing as many water changes as somebody that has fake decor, no bottom feeders, no snails, no nothing like that, because they have to get in there and remove that. There's nothing to assist with that. So although I can't do that with every aquarium that I have, that's really the goal of mine. That's why if you look at some videos from about like 2 or 3 years ago, I had those above the tank sumps, and I just had plenty of plants growing inside my sump. And at that time, I wasn't having to do a lot of water changes. I was, because my tanks really weren't set up that long. But like I said, the longer that your tank is set up, the longer you'll end up being able to go in between your water changes, because it's a healthy, established aquarium. Sometimes when we get in there, we cause more harm than help. You know what I mean? We cause more harm than help. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And as far as percentages, it really just depends on how long I've gone without a water change. When I did that Giardini tank over the weekend, I probably took out about 60% of that water. When I did that one up there, that peacock tank, the same deal. Probably took out like 65, 70% of the water. If it's a routine, if you are on a schedule, if you're on a schedule of a weekly water change, I would recommend maybe 25%. That way, after a full month, you actually end up doing a 100% water change on that aquarium. So, yeah, I hope that helps you. Meanwhile, I definitely missed some questions. Let me make sure I get to those. Come on now. Man, I really messed up by putting it where it says waiting for guests. Y'all want to join? There we go. All right. Adolfo, what's happening with you? Bella Aquatics, yeah, man, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Yeah, definitely grinding. My day is going well, hot. This is my first live stream. So I'm just kind of like working out the kinks, trying to get used to it and trying to get comfortable. You know what I mean? I was going to go live on TikTok, because I'm going live on TikTok like 3 or 4 times already. But you know what? I'm trying to connect with my fam, man. Like, some of y'all been rocking with me for years. So I definitely rather tap in with y'all, make sure I connect with y'all. And we're gonna be doing this a lot more stuff, a lot more often. Santiago, good stuff, Ken Folk. I've been watching for a while. I appreciate you, Santiago. Thank you so much. Yeah, Chase. Yeah, like I said, I remember I said over the weekend. I said I don't know when I was going to be able to go live on this YouTube, but here I am. Like I said, I want to get comfortable with it. I've been getting some invites to some interviews, so I feel like if anybody's going to make me feel comfortable, if I'm going to do this with anybody, I'm going to do this with my people. So here we are. We getting to it. Carl, what's happening with you, man? Thank you for the support. Yeah, I definitely plan on making a habit of doing more of these. The problem is that like I was telling everybody earlier, is that I don't have a set time on when I could do these lives. You know what I mean? Like my schedule is so crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna be working at nighttime. I don't know what days I'm gonna be working, and work come first. You know, so there's never gonna be a set time. But as you can see, I've already been on this live 40 minutes. It's my first one, so we're gonna get after it. We're gonna get after it. So you know, we'll try to come up with a set time so y'all could be on board with it. But you know, it's going to be called Pop Up, the Pop Up. Yeah, thank you, Chase. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. So, anybody else, y'all got some comments? Drop them down below. Big Tank Hank, what's happening with you, bro? What's going on, man? You know, we got to get it. We got to get after it. I know you invited me on a for an interview some time ago. We got to do that. We got to make that happen. If you want, you could get in on this one. Richard, what's happening? What's going on? Shout out to the South Cal. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm just over here, just just chilling. Got all my aquarium lights off. Oh man, a sneak peek for y'all right here. Hold up. I'm gonna read that comment in a minute. Uh, seeing. Let me matter of fact, let me flip this camera around. Let me flip it around for you. Can you see? Y'all see it? A sneak peek. Sneak peek. Let me come down on this end. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. Oh, you still can't see it. So this one I haven't dropped the video yet, but y'all see the tail. Y'all see the tail on this thing. Man, that's a sneak peek for you right there. There we go. Oh, there we go. Woo-hoo. Yeah, yeah. That's a little sneak peek, man. I'll let y'all see that since y'all joined this live, man. Y'all got the exclusive on that fish right there. You know what it is? He's 16 inches. You know what that is? Drop it down in the comment section. Yeah, Warren, it's definitely my first live. I appreciate the years of support. That's why I had to do it with y'all. Like I said, I'm not really comfortable with the lives yet. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get more comfortable with it. But yeah, this is my first one. And like I said, I feel like if anybody's gonna make me feel comfortable, it's y'all for sure. Clayton, love your interaction with your followers before a live stream. Now you're going up. Yeah, man. Thank you, Clayton. Appreciate it. Shout out to Canada. Thank you. You already know. Red tail garam. Uh-huh. Big boy. Yeah. That's right. Pick that fish up a couple of days ago at Twins Aquarium. Oh, there he's on the move. Look at him. He's shy though, man. Shy though. Man. See that face? Ooh. Yeah, you can't even really tell how big. Let me back up. You all already know these rocks are big, right? You already know that's one of my biggest rocks right there. And you see he's longer than that rock. Yeah, he's huge. Huge. And remind you, yeah, but my quality poor probably because I'm moving around the whole time. Oh, you couldn't even see the fish bag? Ah. Could you see this one? It's still on him? Oh. Could you hear me though? Y'all, all right, all right. So Aida just told me that my quality is poor. I think because I'm not supposed to be moving around. Let me. I think it's because I'm not supposed to be moving around. Usually people do these lives and they're on their laptop, so the laptop is just sitting still. But I was trying to show y'all that fish. I hope you at least was able to look at them. Sorry that I just did that. Like I said, I'm just now getting used to this. Robert, what's going on with you, man? Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Pietro. Yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in, man. Shout out to Canada. One up on y'all, man. Man, good man. Appreciate it, man. Salute. Definitely appreciate that support. Give him a little time, Trezell. Yeah, I am. He hasn't eaten, so he was interested in some Massivore Delight pellets, but he hasn't eaten. I don't know what I'm gonna wait him out. I tried some Massivore pellets. I tried some floating sticks. Tried shrimp. I tried tilapia. Man, I don't know what they're feeding him. They donated them the morning of me picking them up. So somebody dropped them off that morning, traded them in for some food. Can you believe that? They traded that beautiful fish in for some food. And then I got them for $75. $75, man. I would have paid 3 times that amount for that fish. But so I got them for $75, and he's just he's not eating. I was gonna throw him an 800-gallon pond, but I wanted to be able to just look at him and observe him for the next few days, make sure he's good. Also, y'all know we got some hitters in that pond right there. They don't play, so I didn't want to throw him in there and then I end up having to take him right back out because I know they was going to probably be after him. But at the same time, he's so big that they probably wouldn't try to go after him. I don't know. Time to tell. We'll see what happens. He's kind of big for that. Do I have any, Lloyd? Do I have any dream fish I want to get in the future? I got a lot. So I really want that Japanese dragon moray eel. I also want another gym tank. Let me show you what that dragon eel look like. Y'all might not know. Ooh shit. There we go. Right there. That's that Japanese dragon moray eel. So that's like my #1 dream fish right there. I gotta have that. Gotta have it. It's like $1,500. So it's gonna be on that dream list for some time. Believe it or not, one of my dream freshwater fish that I just can't get my hands on is this right here. It's called a trimat. Big Fish Lad has a bunch of them. I wish I was in the same country as him. I'd definitely be able to get some from him. But yeah, so I got some on there. I got some on there. What about you? Richard, get into the African cichlids. That's cool, bro. Pretty much all I keep. What do you plan to grow these guys out? I don't know what tank they're gonna go in. I need to still get some more. But as you might know, or if you don't know, I definitely got some big plans for this room. I got to turn this into a freshwater aquarium that's 1,600 gallon. Once I do that, a lot of these tanks going to open up. This 240 is going to open up. That 225 is going to open up. That 150 is going to open up. Then I want to make this 800-gallon pond into either a 3,000 gallon or bigger, and then I'm still going to have a lot of space. So they could get a 125. They'll probably get a 180. They're definitely going to have a tank to grow out in. Also got to keep in mind the discus. The discus I probably put in that 150 right there. Thank you for telling me you see me clear. That's good. Sticks should work, but I bet. Yeah, he didn't fool with the food with the Hikari. He didn't fool with the Hikari food sticks. Yeah, he didn't fool with these. Y'all know about these bags right here? Get on these, right? All my fish eat these. These are Hikari food sticks, floating food sticks. 2.2 pounds. This thing is like $55. I gotta buy one of those once a month. So, man, this is not a promotion or nothing like that. I'm just telling you, like, if you need to, you know, all my fish eat that. They also eat the ones that's been sponsored. Trust that. But at the same time, like the pine, the ones that's in the 225 in the other fish room, that's all they really want to mess with. The 240, that's what they eat. The Aquarium food sticks. You seen so many vegetables? Really? Okay. Huh. What kind? What kind of vegetables do you see him eat? I certainly want to try that then. Like I said, I want to get this guy eating. So if he eats some vegetables, I feed him some vegetables. We talking about some cucumber. Any other questions? Nope. No questions yet? What y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to feed some fish? Not, we can go ahead and figure something else out. Carrots, potatoes, peas. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna try that tonight. I'm gonna try that on. I might even try that on the next live stream. I wish I could actually go grab some right now. I'll try it right now. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try that. I think he probably would eat the actually eat the peas. I don't know about the carrots, but I'm pretty sure he might actually eat it. I've had fish eat cucumber, the cichlids. I had the cichlids eat cucumber before. Never tried the peas, but I heard that they do eat peas. Frozen, right? Frozen peas. I'm gonna try that out. Man, I hope that works. That fish is too big and beautiful to be sitting up there, you know, causing this kind of scare, man. Can't even see him from here. Hey, what's up? Let me see. Hold on. That's really what I want. I want the gold. Hang on the back filters on it. If you don't plan on putting corals, you could definitely keep it with a hang on the back filter. I don't care what anybody say. Man, matter of fact, let me just show you, man. Hopefully it's not gonna freeze. Hopefully it's not gonna freeze up. But if it does, I want it to freeze up on this aquarium. So let me show you. This tank right here. This tank right here is a matter of fact. Let me flip it around. So this tank right here is a 37 gallon, right? I only got it being filtered with this one hang on the back filter. I got 2 eels in here. Now I could put a lot more in here if I wanted to. I could throw a couple clownfish in here. I could throw a hawkfish in here. I could throw a couple damsels in here. No problem. And they will definitely live. No problem. I've even had saltwater aquariums being ran for a while with a sponge filter. Now I wouldn't recommend a sponge filter, but if you're gonna have a 15 gallon, you just got to make sure that you properly stock it. That's the first thing. Make sure it's properly stocked. They're probably put on there 50. If you put an aqua clear 50 on there, it's going to basically turn that tank over 3 times an hour. So that's what I would probably put on there. And you could probably keep in there something small. I wouldn't put, a lot of things get big, but you could put something small in there, look it up, see what stays small if you don't want to upgrade, but you could definitely get away with that. Looking to keep clowns? Um, clownfish get kind of big. I don't know if you know that. Clownfish get big. Clownfish could get like 4 inches. Let me look it up, depending on which kind though, right? Let's look it up. All right. So clownfish, 4.3 inches. So they could get pretty big. So you would not be able to keep clownfish in a 15-gallon. I wouldn't. I almost wouldn't even recommend putting clownfish in a 15-gallon at all. For clownfish, I would do at a minimum 37, and that still wouldn't be for life. You still couldn't keep clownfish in a 37-gallon for life. Damn, my bad. It did lag. It did lag. So it keeps lagging every time I get up and walk around. So what I was saying was, if you have your tank properly stocked, you could definitely have a hang on the back filter on it. For clownfish, I would recommend getting a 37-gallon at a minimum and have a nice filter on there. On a 37-gallon, man, if you that's all you want to run on it, I would get an Aqua Clear 110. Sounds big, right? But you have to think, after you had it running for a while, it's not going to be as efficient as it is when you first set it up. So I would do at least an Aqua Clear 110. Yeah, I can't wait to see who's part with things. I know it's going to take time. Can't wait to. Yeah, yeah, Chase. I can't wait to get this up either, but definitely going to take time and money. Like I said it in the beginning of the video, it's going to cost another 3 grand to build. So it's definitely going to take some time. And that's the reason. That's the reason. If I had the money to build this right now, it'd get built right now. It'll definitely get built right now. I wouldn't even wait. But unfortunately, I gotta wait. And I know you can't wait to get that 75-gallon up and going. Man, let me know how it goes. Warren, I got a 90-gallon pre-drill tank for free. But you suggest I seal the holes. Okay, so Warren, is your tank? Well, obviously, I don't want to assume. Is it acrylic or is it glass? The fact that it's on the bottom of your tank, that's great. But is it acrylic or glass? Yeah. So Justin, yeah. I did. You just finished buying your RODI filter. That's a good come up right there. That's good. But even with that's gonna save you some money. That's gonna definitely save you some money. But even if you didn't have the RODI filter, you still could just say not even spend a lot of money doing your water changes on that bi-weekly. 37-gallon bi-weekly. You only got to do, let's just say, take out 5 gallons to 8 gallons every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like that's not going to cost you a lot of money. So you could easily do that, but the fact that you got an RODI filter is going to definitely save you some money in the long run. But just make sure that you get everything ahead of time. For a 37-gallon, I would start off with the 37-gallon. I get the hang of the back filter. I could use it necessary. I would get my live rock, live sand, and I would, me personally, if I'm just getting started, I would buy my water. I'll buy my water first. So if you buy your salt water first, you already know that it's going to come ready for fish. You know what I mean? I say it all the time. If you buy all of these things, you could set your aquarium up and add fish 2 days later. Oh, is this glass? Warren. So if it's glass, just go to Home Depot or go to a glass company and just get you some pieces of glass, silicone it to the bottom, make sure that's covered, and silicone it real good, and just press it against the bottom. That's all you have to do. That's it. So, man, to be the same thickness as the rest of your aquarium. Somebody else might be able to help with that. But I know when I fixed my 225 right there, you know, I had a broken piece of glass, and I just put a lot of silicone on it, covered up that crack, and it's been good this whole time. I wouldn't recommend buying the cheapest, thinnest glass, but if you could go to like a glass company, you probably got to go to a glass company instead because they probably have more options for you. Go to a glass company, and I would say, just to be on the safe side, ask for the same thickness of the glass of your aquarium, just so you can make sure that it can withstand that same pressure. And then just silicone the hell out of it, press it right over those holes. You should be good to go. And then once you cover it up with sand, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. So just make sure you do it like that. Yeah, Chase. Appreciate that. You know, it's crazy that some people don't really understand, you know, that it's not the fact that I don't want to build this thing, it's the fact that I can't build this thing right now. You did two aqua clear 110s with the FX6 on a 125. Yes, sir. For sure. For sure. That FX6 would have damn near been enough to sustain that 125. The aqua clears are just extra. For sure. All right, Chase, you have a great night. Appreciate you for stopping by, bro. Warren, it's all good. Anytime. So just out of curiosity, what type of livestock would you be able to be able to live in a healthy in a 15 gallon? I don't know, man. I don't really know what stays that small. I would think like some hermit crabs. Um, yeah, man, like probably like a Watchman goby. Let's see how big the Watchman goby get. All right, the Watchman goby. Even the Watchman goby, the tank size is 30 gallons. So let's look it up this way. What saltwater fish can I keep in a 15 gallon? Let's see what comes up. Because 15 gallons is just it's really small. It's really small for long term. Okay, so it says gobies, the clown goby, the court jester, the blackboard convict. It says clownfish. I don't believe it. The pink skunk, orange skunk, bleenies, tail spot, two spot. I'm not really familiar with any of those though. Even let's see how big the firefish get. The firefish don't even get that big. But the firefish, let's see the quick stats on that. 3 inches. Minimum tank size is 20 gallons. So you really limiting yourself by going with a 15 gallon. Let me put it to you like this. When I got started, I grabbed a 20 gallon. Very first saltwater tank, I grabbed a 20 gallon and I stocked that thing to the rim. I had in there a neon dotty bag. I had in there two different type of lionfish. I had a dwarf fuzzy. I had a regular lionfish. I had two damsels in there, two clownfish, um, starfish, crabs, all of these different things. Now, I didn't know that they were going to they were going to outgrow that. But like a quarantine tank, you could definitely get start off with the 15. You could throw some clownfish in there. You could throw probably that, but I still would recommend possible as many times as possible within an hour. Yeah, I know you got the one for free. Yeah. Yeah. I just typed it in. They definitely recommend a lot when I type in how many fish I could put, what type of fish I could put into a saltwater. But from experience, I just know that it's just I wouldn't put a lot of these fish into that tank. Like I would never put clownfish into a 15 gallon. I just wouldn't. You know, they say the gobies get 3 inches. They from having gobies, I know that they like to swim around. Um, but yeah, you could get away with a few different fish, but you will have to upgrade, and you upgrade when the fish are telling you they need to upgrade. A lot of the times, if you have an aquarium that's too small for these fish, they will fight. So I don't know. I think you should just, yeah. It says like the yellowtail damsel. Now those are actually small. You could probably definitely get away with some yellowtail damsels. Let me see how big those get. So what fish did they recommend? Right. Yeah, I don't want you to abuse them either. I'm trying to. That's why I'm telling you that 15 gallons is really small for a saltwater tank. You know, typically you would only put 10 gallons. You know, quarantine. You know what I mean? Hermit crabs. Um, like man, you can't even put a Sally Lightfoot crab into a 10 gallon. But let me see how big the yellowtail damsels are. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so like the yellowtail damsel, let me show you a picture of them. Hopefully it's not too bad. But the yellowtail damsel, right? Maybe that one would be better. That's still ugly. So the yellowtail damsel only gets 2.5 to 3 inches. You probably could get away with putting one of those, a couple of those, inside of your 15 gallon. Let's see what the tank size recommendation is. 30 gallons. You know, I will do it. I do plan on doing another giveaway soon, and that's why when I did my giveaway a few years ago, that's what it was for. I wanted to get more people in the hobby, so I gave away probably like I think it was like 5 20 gallon aquarium kits. So eventually, I will do that again. I mean, I'm not saying wait around for that, but if you could, I don't want to say be patient, but just make sure that if you do decide to grab some of these in that 15, you are ready to move them into something bigger, possibly definitely within the next year, but, 6 months to a year. And by that time, you gain some knowledge, you gain a better understanding of your fish and what they need, the requirements. And hopefully, I'll be able to have one of these tanks for you. Thomas Rose, have I ever had an octopus? Kind of have the urge for one. No, I haven't had an octopus. I haven't had an octopus. I almost, sorry about that, y'all. I almost had the urge myself, but when I looked them up, I found out they only live like 2 years. Did you know they only live a couple years? So, being that, you know, I don't want to keep something that's only going to live 2 years, on top of the fact they're kind of small. The ones that I like is like the one that Tracy Morgan had on the show Tank. He had a big brown one, big one. That's kind of like the one that I wanted. I've seen some big red ones at Monterey Bay Aquarium. Excuse me. Sip this coffee. So I seen a big red one at Monterey Bay Aquarium. Now, I would like something like that. I keep seeing everybody come up with these little poisonous people killer blue ring octopuses. Those are nice, but they're like tiny. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's exotic. It's definitely exotic. You know, and you don't need a big aquarium for them. You could probably get away with having one in like a 32 gallon, 47 gallon, something like that. That's pretty nice. All right, Justin. Rather just save up and take it slow. Yeah, yeah. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, they definitely are misleading on what they could put into these tanks and what they tell you that they could put into these tanks. You know, I don't want to lie to you. You know, that's the reason why I was having such a hard time trying to figure out what you could actually put into these to that aquarium. But you know, even without doing that research right there, as you just seen, I couldn't even really just give you a good answer on some of these fish that could go inside of a 15 gallon, just because you know I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like I said, if it's quarantine, I definitely believe that you could quarantine any of these fish in a 10 gallon, 20 gallon, even a 5 gallon quarantine. You know, that's going to be out of quarantine in about 2 weeks, you know, maybe a month tops. But when we're talking about trying to stock it with rock and, you know, keeping it in there, letting it thrive, it's not really going to thrive when you put it into an aquarium that's like too small. You know, they say it all the time, bigger is better, you know, and you don't have to go gigantic, but at least, you know, minimum requirements at a minimum, just because, you know, they need certain fish. I'm gonna give you an example. I want a flame angel. Do you know what a flame? I'm pretty sure you might know what a flame angel is. I'm gonna show you. I want a flame angel so bad, right? Now I can't put this flame angel inside of my big aquariums. I can't put it in the 125. I can't put it into the 225 back here. The only tank that I would be able to put it into is a 75 gallon. Now this fish don't get big. It don't get big at all. But the requirements, the tank size requirements for this fish is 150 gallons. Oh, well, online it says 70. It says 70 gallons, but anywhere else they said 150 gallons, and it's because of the way it swims, and it only gets four. It only gets 4 inches, and the flame angel is this one right there. That's a beautiful angel right there. So it's definitely about making sure that you do right by your fish. Like you said, you want to treat the fish right. Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate you saying that. I definitely don't agree with just trying to promote anything just for profit, and I definitely try to keep it real and genuine with you all. That's a fact. Eric, can you start a YouTube channel just using an iPhone? I want to, but don't have the money for a camera, bro. I'm talking to you on my iPhone right now. You know, I got the computer in the house, and I do all my editing on my phone. I don't like to get on the computer to do any editing, so that's probably why my edits don't look as good as somebody else's. JB, what's happening with you, bro? Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, so yeah, 100%, 100,000%. I've been this whole time that I've been on YouTube, I've been doing my recording on the phone. I've been doing my editing on the phone. So yeah, that definitely. Matter of fact, I hope that you get started tonight. Don't wait any longer. Get started. Even if you don't know what the, even if you haven't made that made your banner, even if you don't have everything planned out yet, at least get that first video going. The main thing that you're gonna want to do is just get comfortable in front of the camera. That took a while for me. You know, hell, shit, man. The reason why I haven't even gone live is because of my comfort level. So, you know, I'm not really the kind of person that just like to, you know, be all out there and all that. You know, like I said all the time, like I'm not a live content creator type of person, but I'm trying to get there. You know, y'all have definitely uh, given me the confidence to not only do this again, but to be comfortable, extremely comfortable with this video. You know, even though I've been making mistakes and, you know, haven't been able to find the words that I want to say every single time, like y'all have 100% allowed me to be comfortable with this first live. So I really genuinely appreciate that. You know, you see it in my eyes. I mean that. I really appreciate that. So just get comfortable in front of the camera, bro, and just get started. Just get started. Even if you don't post that first video, just go ahead and record it. Act like you're gonna post it, watch it, and see if see how you feel about it. And the software I use for my recordings or my editing is iMovie. You know, I have an iPhone, so iMovie is like it's just so easy. It makes it so easy. Just also make sure you got you a mic. The mic from the phone is terrible. The mic that I bought, I don't have a box in here, but the mic that I bought it off Amazon, like $15, $16. You don't have to buy an expensive mic at all. You don't need the lighting or any of that. You could get it, but you don't need it. But do get you a tripod. Pink skunk clownfish are nice. Yeah, they are. They team up with the pistol shrimp and they look after each other. Yeah, that's a fact. Still need a nice aquarium for them, but yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, thank you, bro. I do. Yeah, like I said, this is one of the ones. Definitely one of the ones that I want to get. And you'll see that. You know what? You could probably get you an octopus for that 15-gallon. Yeah. You definitely need a tripod. Yes, sir. This right here is my best friend. I be taking look at what I got it sitting on. Right now I'm holding the phone. But yeah, you definitely want to get you a tripod. That's a fact. Makes it so much easier. And I think that tripod was like 12 bucks, man. They cheap. You could get you one for like $17. Drive by, no problem. Thank you for watching. I definitely appreciate everyone that come through and watch the content. Even if you don't, I still appreciate you. Still appreciate it, no matter what. Do you still have the Emperor Snapper? Nope, I don't. The Emperor Snapper, the big one died a long time ago. The big one died when I moved in. We had a smaller one, and I bought a Queen Angel, and that's why they say quarantine your fish. Quarantine, especially when you have saltwater fish. I didn't quarantine that Queen Angel. Man, I spent $300 on that Queen Angel. Put it into my tank. I lost like 4 fish. The pond, Mickey, you want to see the pond? There you go. There you go. Hopefully you can see the pond right there. We got Kobe right there. We got the Buddy Cofferai right there. We got my Red Devil. The African Pike right there. And everybody else that's kind of like hiding out. We can throw some, I would throw some food in there. Give me a second. Let me try to do this. Let me try to do this one-handed. Try to get some food in there for y'all. All right, here we go. I gotta buy some more. You see all that dust? Them blue rings can, I believe, can end your life in 2 to 5 minutes. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't own one myself. But they do got some different octopus. You don't have to get the blue ring. You definitely don't have to get the blue ring. But it's a trip how so many YouTubers are buying these blue rings. I don't know if y'all seen it, but they've been out. Look at the feste right there. But yeah, let me go ahead and throw some. Let me go ahead and get some more of this food. Got the API. The blue rings could definitely kill you. So y'all was wondering if they like these API pellets. As you can see, they do. Marquise, I had a coral cat shark. I had a coral cat shark in my clown trigger, my 2.5-inch clown trigger ate its eyes out the first day I moved him out of quarantine and into that 225-gallon aquarium. So I don't think I'll get another coral cat shark, but I do want to get a horn shark. But yeah, as you can see, everybody's, as you get, and the arowana, he don't eat nothing but tilapia, shrimp, silver sides, eating any pellets. But everybody else, they love eating pellets. It's a trip, man. I saw yesterday. I was so happy to see that. Matter of fact, I just seen Asian red-tailed catfish over here fighting with a clown knife. Oh, you can't even see him. There's a clown knife over there. Yep, everybody eats. And this is the little food they're eating right now. So if you're just now tuning in, thank you for tuning in. If you've hit that like button, thank you for hitting that like button. See, I got 46 likes. I appreciate that. 26 people watching. Let's see what else we got. Flames are tough, no doubt. No doubt. Definitely got to make sure you have the right stock, and otherwise they're going to go in there. That's why they say you put like the flame angels last. So establish themselves and get dominant and get comfortable with the aquarium. DM, man, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Got back and clicked at a good hour. The big man pro racing was good, brother. What's going on, man? Yeah. Because I don't know when I'm gonna be able to drop one. So, you know, pop up, tap. If y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them down below. If you want to see any of these tanks, go ahead. It's been a sneak peek. Some of y'all, DM, check it out, bro. Check it. 16 inch. Got them for it still, $75. Man, I couldn't believe it. I drove a quick 30 minutes. Eric, I know it's cutting out because I was moving around. The live stream don't like me to move around and wants me to sit still. My bad. Sorry about that. But yeah, so yeah, I picked up that big boy. I picked up that big boy for $75. Like I said, I would have paid 3 times that much for that fish. So a bunch of y'all have already seen him. So you know, I'm going to drop that video tomorrow. Let everybody else see what we got. But I just wanted to give y'all that exclusive since you know, since y'all done tapped in with me. Y'all got some questions? Drop them down. Let's get to them. Let me know what y'all want to hear. Nah, bro. Man, coffee don't even affect me like that. I drink coffee and I go straight to sleep. I like to taste it. I've been drinking coffee for the past 36 years, since I was 4. Don't ask me why my dad was giving me coffee, but he started giving me coffee at 4. So, you know, coffee don't even affect me like that. I go to sleep off coffee. I'm definitely not having no long night. It's 6:51 here. I'll probably be asleep in like 3 hours if I'm not up doing invoices. I got like 6 invoices I got to do. So I'm more than likely going to do that before I go to sleep. But definitely don't plan on having a long night. That's a fact. Clayton, you asked how much does my food for fish cost bi-weekly? Like I said, I got I buy this bag right here for Curry food sticks once a month. The other food, man, that's the only thing I buy once a month. Everything else that I've had for the past, man, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I've had for the past year. The only thing that I also had to buy is my little stinking pellets. And I don't have to buy those that often anymore because, you know, the fish they eat this. And now that I've been sponsored, now that Ocean Nutrition sent me food, I got food from API. The only thing I gotta buy is this right here. You see, I'm yawning. That's why I need that coffee, bro. You too, JB? Yes, sir. Got lucky today's going picked up at Livingstone. Caught mine in a tank of cichlids. Yeah, you definitely got lucky. We both got lucky 2 days ago. Matter of fact, mine was like 3 days ago. But we both got lucky a few days ago. Man, sometimes the fish stores be looking out. They be looking out. Right. Yeah, the octopus cool though. Octopus is cool. I don't think I'll ever own one, but they cool though. All right. Yeah, so I need to figure out this fish. I feed the shrimp. I feed my salt fish room, shrimp and tilapia. Yeah. One of those peeps could fall asleep on a cup of coffee. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you one of those peeps too? You already understand in amateur pro racing? You definitely understand. Would I ever try keeping a lobster or something? I have a lobster. Matter of fact, he molted this morning. I have a small purple lobster inside of my 75 gallon. Or are you talking about a big one? I have in my 75 gallon saltwater tank a small purple lobster as well as a Sally Lightfoot crab. Man, it keeps freezing, huh? So if you missed that, I was saying that I have a purple lobster inside of my 75 gallon saltwater tank. I also have in there a Sally Lightfoot crab. Mickey says, I noticed you don't use your windows to grow plants around them. Great value, son. Why? Most of these fish will eat the plants. They're not going to allow the plants to live and thrive in there. So basically, what I would have to do is I would literally have to put my plants inside of my sumps. And then if I do that, they're kind of too high for the windows. Then I got to have a light up top. So eventually, like this room is not fully set up. It might look like it, but it's nowhere near where I want it to be. When this room is fully set up, each tank is going to have plants. I'm a strong believer in plants. So each tank is going to have plants, whether it's inside the tank, probably not going to be inside because these fish tear them up, but inside the sumps. I want to have a little sump on each one of these freshwater tanks, and I want to have plants growing in them. Then I want to make sure I have everybody situated the way they're supposed to be situated. This 1600 built, the 800 built, the whatever 1,000-gallon that I could get right here built, and everything is going to be able to be draining with the flip of the valve, water added in with the flip of the valve. So it's still under construction. This room has been under construction since I've moved into this house. JB asks, has anybody ever kept cichlids in a community tank? Yeah, all my shit. I think a lot of us have cichlids in the community tank. My pond is a community pond with cichlids. That tank is community with cichlids. That's really what I keep. As far as freshwater, I keep all cichlids, and then I just add other fish with those fish. Amateur says only one employee knew what that fish was. There was no tag. Got him for it. Still $15 on me. Yeah, man. I I love when they sell me something that they don't know what it is. When I bought that yellow edge eel, I got them for a steal. It was called an assorted eel. Assorted. When I looked online, the price tag on those eels was like $200. I got them for 75. Yeah, I got a stonefish, stone toad over there in a 54 gallon. I'm on point. I think we talking about. Yeah, I got a stonefish. Are you? You talking about him there? Nah. I don't have one of those. That's a nice one too. Ooh, that's a nice one. You know what? He's on my radar. I got to get one. Yeah, he's on my radar now. Eric asks, would you ever get into fish tanks, like planet tanks? Yeah, babe. Like planet tanks, I guess you can say. Listen to those. Nah, bro. Man, come on now. Eric. Come on now, Eric. Man, I got some smaller fish. The betta tank with the neon tetras, that's small. My guppy tank, the bow front that's in the other fish room, those are small fish. Matter of fact, the peacocks are actually pretty small. How small are we talking about? Because those don't qualify as, they gotta qualify as small. Come on now. Let me know, Eric. Do those qualify as small? Beppies, the neon tetras. Matter of fact, I want neon tetras. Like the rummy nose tetras. I got the T-bone tetra. Those are small fish, right? And it's a planet tank. Yeah. You had a bicolor coral beauty. You had a bicolor, which is one angel. You had a coral beauty. Then the flame was a roar. Yeah, you know, you can't, sometimes you can't really mix your angelfish. Sometimes you really can't mix angelfish. You got to be careful with that. As you just said, it was cool when you had the bicolor and the coral, but as soon as you added that flame angel, it was all bad. That's because of that flame angel. Did I pick up any new birds? John asks, did I pick up any new birds? That little inside, outside, or for them, that's pretty dope. Appreciate you, John. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. You on point. I don't know how you knew we picked them up, but so we went to the bird show over this past weekend, and we picked up two more Goldian finches. I'm gonna show them in another video. We picked up a gray face and we picked up a blue one. Yeah, I'll definitely show them off. Make sure you stay tuned for that video. I'm gonna do that one just for you, John, for sure. Maybe a Wi-Fi extender in the garage to help lagging. I think it keeps lagging because I keep moving around. I've been holding my phone this whole time. You know what I mean? Like I don't have it on a tripod. And so when I start moving around, I think that's when it starts lagging. I have to figure out another way to situate this phone, and then we'll be able to go from there. Then you'll be able to tell me whether or not, it's still lagging. Justin, yeah, I said the octopus could work for a 15-gallon. That's only because they stay hidden all day. I think I'm right on that. I think I'm right on that. Let's see. Let's see. What's a small octopus? I'm gonna let you know right now. All right, what we got? What we got? A dwarf octopus, a jubini. Let's see what a jubini is. All right, let's see what size tank they need. All right, it's definitely a dwarf octopus tank size. Oh no, never mind. Nope, you're gonna still need. Yeah, it didn't come up. The Caribbean reef octopus, 75 gallon. I mean 55 gallon, 50 to 75 gallon. Yeah, bro. It looks like no matter what, you're gonna still need at least a 50-gallon tank for an octopus. What's going on, Aquarium Talk TV? Thank you for tuning in. Let's see, what else did I miss? Yeah, amateur pro racing. Yep, the room is definitely coming together slowly but surely. It's probably gonna take another, man. If I had it, it would be done this year, but it's probably gonna take another couple years before this thing is fully complete. It's like so much that I want to do to this room. You know what I mean? Like, and I want to do it the right way. I don't want to rush it, so it's gonna take some time. All right. Man, those slippers are big for me, but I forgot you had that. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. Well, like I said, I do got the smaller ones. And, I just don't show off the small fish that much. When I do, I don't really get a lot of views on the videos, and I don't really know that a lot of people want to see that stuff. But I did upgrade my betta tank from a 10-gallon to a 20-gallon long. So now they in a 20-gallon long. They're looking real good, looking happy. So I'll definitely do an update video on those fish as well. And the guppies, man, they've been going crazy. There's so many babies in that tank, probably like 40 babies in that tank. Eric say, I feel like if I get bigger fish and lose them, it will be much more hurtful to lose them. You're right. You're right. It's definitely a lot harder to deal with losing a big fish compared to a small fish. Unless that small fish always was supposed to be a small fish. Then it's like, it feels the same. It's all good, John, for sure. The garage got thick walls, so it's hard to get signal through besides 2.4 gigahertz. Yeah, that might be it. Next time I might do it in the office. I feel like doing my first live in this fish room was probably gonna be best, so that's why I did it in here. But moving forward, might do it in there, might do it on the computer. That way it's not lagging. But I didn't know how this was gonna go. I was about to do my live on TikTok. Then last minute, I was just like, man, about to come through and see y'all, come talk to y'all. So in the saltwater world, is go big or go home? No, like I said, start off with a 20-gallon, bro. Start off with a 20-gallon, you'll be good. At least a 20, at least a 20. With a 20-gallon, I'm telling you, you could get away with keeping a lot of these saltwater fish for at least a year. I have right now a lionfish. It is a radiata. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. If you probably seen it inside the 75-gallon. Check it out. That one right there. I've had this lionfish for over a year. It is still tiny, bro. This the one that you be seeing. If you watch the videos, this the one that you see me feeding the ghost shrimp to. Tiny. Hasn't grown at all. So and it's in a 75-gallon. So you could get away with keeping some of these fish in a smaller tank. 20-gallon, like I said, 20 gallons a minimum. In a 20-gallon, I would be comfortable with starting off with a couple clownfish. I would put a couple yellowtail damsels in there. I put a little watchman goby in there or a blenny or something like that. I would put a couple hermit crabs. Um, man, eventually you could put like some Nesterius snails in there, and you'll be good. You'll be good. That's a nice, and you could put a little lionfish in there, a little dwarf fuzzy lionfish. You could get away with some time like that, maybe a year. Some people might say that's still too small. It's not if you have plans on upgrading. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. 20-gallon, 6 fish, 7 fish, cleanup crew. But again, that 5 gallons matter. That 5 gallons matter, man. I use my 20 gallons as quarantine tanks for big fish. You know what I mean? So you can do it. Ever thought of a mangrove plant for a saltwater tank? I did. I've had mangroves before. I've had plenty of mangroves before, and they don't do well. So the mangrove it's actually a tree. It's not really it's not really a plant. That thing is a tree. So if you ever see the big mangroves with the big roots and all that, that's what it is. Same thing. But they like to have it. You got to keep the top of it sticking out the water, right? That's the first thing. Then you also got to make sure you constantly wipe the sand off of the leaves and things like that. That's the next thing. But from my experience, I've never had mangroves that actually survive. I never had any thrive. Usually I just get them and they just, they die slowly. I don't know why, but that's just my experience with them. But I've had a number of them. I have had mangroves at least on 3 or 4 different occasions. And I started off with mangroves in my 37-gallon. You could look at a video from about 3 years ago, and you see the 37-gallon with 2 nice mangrove plants in the tank, and it looks good, and they didn't last. They didn't last at all. Yes, sir. Yep, no rush. No rush in the beauty, man. Perfection takes time. Yeah, you know, nothing's gonna ever be perfect, but it has to at least be done right. It has to be done right. And then especially when things cost so much money, it just takes time, unfortunately. Justin, so you asked, do I recommend a certain 20-gallon model? You could get away with buying the regular all-in-one. I'm gonna show you right now the all-in-one 20-gallon kit from Petco. Catch it on sale. But right now, the all-in-one kit, this is the one that I bought right there. Bam. That kit is $140, right? The only thing you're gonna have to add to that is a hang on the back filter. So let's just say you do it right. You get the Fluval 70. If you only want one, I would go with the Fluval 70 Aqua Clear filter. Let's see what that is. See how much that's gonna cost you. Again, you catch it on sale, but that's gonna run you about 60 bucks. So we're talking $200, right? $200, you're gonna have the tank, you're gonna have the light that's, you're not gonna have corals right now, so that light will work just fine. You'll have the light, you'll have the filter you need, and then you just gotta get your sand, your live rock, and buy your salt water. If you at least get those three, the rock work you might spend a little money on. The rock work, let's just say you that's up to you. That's up to you. You might spend $50, you might spend $150. But just the tank and the filter alone is gonna run you about $200 plus tax. And then you need to get the sand, which is another like $15. So about $215 plus tax, about let's just say $230. So about $230, you'll have the tank, you'll have the filter, you'll have the sand. Still got to get a heater. Let's see what the heater costs for a 20-gallon tank. All right. A preset heater for your 20-gallon tank is cheap, bro. $12. Damn it. Come on now. Don't do this. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. Oh, you got the heater? You good then. You good then. And you got the RDI filter. But okay, so you're gonna either pay $55 so you can make your own water, or you can buy your own water. But let's just say 250 bucks. You got sand, you got tank, you got filter, $250. You good to go. You good to go. The rock work, the live rock, you also gonna spend, like I said, depends on the color of the rock. They have that beautiful purple rock that I like to buy. That costs a little bit more than like the white base rock. But nonetheless, man, like, $300 tops, you're gonna have everything ready to go to start your first saltwater aquarium, and then you can get your fish, and you'll be able to get a nice selection of fish. You could get the fire shrimp, you could get the fire goby, you could get the purple goby, you could get the neon dotty back, you could get so many different options. You could get a little Valentini puffer. Let me show you this Valentini puffer fish right here. Look at this little saddleback. You could even get you one of those, bro. You could get you one of those for your 20-gallon. Now, if you get that, you can't really get any hermit crabs. But if you don't want hermit crabs, you could get you one of those. That thing only gets 4 inches. So you could get you a nice selection. Yeah. Yeah, definitely take your time though. Oh, you just got some white rocks from Chinatown here in NYC? Okay, well, yeah, that works too. The tank is the cheapest thing. Yeah, yeah. You could go cheaper though. I mean, you know what I mean? If you need to go cheaper, you want to go cheaper with that. You could just get you a regular 20-gallon tank. That's not a full kit, and you could definitely get one cheaper. That's going to run you. Come on now, let's see. I don't have no Wi-Fi. This Wi-Fi is terrible right now. My phone's about to die over here. If you could catch the 50% off You could get you a 20-gallon tank. There we go. Right there. 27 bucks. You can't even see it. But just a tank alone, you could get one for $20. So you could definitely shave down that price a bit. This sand costs more than the tank. Hell no. Hell no. Carib Sea sand is like $15. Watch this. Right? It's not on sale, but if you catch it on sale, it's like 25 bucks. You only need one bag. T. Johnson, what's happening with you, bro? Yeah, that was so you caught. So the first video you caught us when I cracked that 225. Yeah, that was ugly. That was ugly. That was a while ago too. The good thing that 225 is still up and running, and I got that thing right there, still with water in it. Appreciate you for stopping through, T. Johnson. The box of things for the tanks have been sitting in the side of the room, and I've been anxious and excited to. Hey, I feel your pain. That's why I'm trying to help you out, man. If you're ready to get started, man, get started, man. Get started, man. Before the new year, get started. You know what I mean? It's not gonna take long. It's not gonna take long. You know, man. You just gotta start. You know, you're gonna keep learning things like that. You just gotta start. I'm not trying to rush you, but I'm trying to rush you, man. Amateur pro racing, man. Watching your stand videos gave me the compass to build mine. If you could do it, I should be able to. I did Joey's stand design. Yeah, you know, I honestly watched Joey's video, man, to get started. Joey has influenced my channel a lot, man. Like, I started off watching Joey a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, down near 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, I started watching Joey, and I've definitely used him as an instructional tool to do a lot of different things, from building my stands to getting my first ideas on my above the tank sumps, the making my own fish food with the beef heart. Yeah, Joey has 100%. I feel like Joey has helped a lot of us in the hobby. That's a fact. I don't think he get as much credit as he should, but yeah, he's definitely been one of those people that's been around for so long and doing so much and don't really get the recognition that he deserves. But I think I can speak for most of us to say that, you know, we've definitely have used a lot of his videos, or at least a video or two, to help us in some way within this hobby. What type of lights do you use for your saltwater aquariums? The wrong ones. The wrong ones. The correct lights to use for your saltwater aquariums are Kessel or somebody else in this that's really good with the saltwater hobby might be able to know some of these other ones. But there's very expensive lights that's needed for saltwater aquariums. I mean, they're $500 a piece. Piece. I would need $1,500 to light up my 225 the right way. I would need $1,500 to light up my 125 the right way. I would need $1,000 to light my 75-gallon up the right way. I'm never going to light up my saltwater aquariums the right way. I'm just not. I'm just not. But so I use the wrong ones. I use the wrong ones. The most expensive light I have that's a light for the saltwater aquarium is on a 75-gallon aquarium, and that thing was like $220, and it's not sufficient for a 75-gallon aquarium. It's just not sufficient for it. But yet, that's all I have. The other ones, they said it was the right ones, but it's basically freshwater lights that's on a saltwater aquarium. the lights aren't really that important unless you have corals. If you have corals, you better light your aquarium up right. If you don't have corals, then you could get away with using just a regular LED light. That's accurate and efficient for a tank your size, or the size tank that you have, should I say. So if you have a 48-inch tank, a 72-inch tank, a 96-inch tank, make sure your light is proper for that size aquarium, and you should be able to get away with, being able to light up that saltwater aquarium. Now, when you want it to look real good, you're gonna have to spend that bread. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. I definitely that was a nice series, learning a lot, and that led the stand that I built for that 240-gallon aquarium was my first stand I ever built. That was the first stand I ever built, and then I built a 225 stand, made a mistake, cracked my aquarium, learned from that, and then when I got here, I just went like you said, went ham, and just been building everything ever since. It definitely gave me the confidence I needed to really start building my fish room. So it was like the starter for sure. Makaya, I can't get my water to turn back clear since I put this driftwood in it. Any tips? Um, it takes time. It takes time. It takes a long time for the tannins to stop leaching out. You could either take that driftwood back out and let it leach out in a container and keep on changing out that water as often as you need to, or you could just, let it happen, through your aquarium. A lot of the times, I mean, that's what a black water tank is. A lot of times, some people have black water tanks, and that's because they, let the water just run black or run dark from the tannins of the driftwood. I don't really like that. So now my aquariums are clear with the driftwood in there, but it did take some time. And the bigger the driftwood, the longer it take. If your driftwood is not that big, you might be able to boil it, speed it up, or like I said, take a trash can, take it outside, fill it up with water, throw that driftwood in there, make sure it's weighed down, and every time that water just gets dark, pour it out, redo it, pour it out, redo it, pour it out, redo it, as often as you have to until you put water into that trash can and it don't turn brown again. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait it out. You're gonna be watching your tank, with tannins in it. And I feel you, bro. I don't like that either. I can't do it. I hate black water tanks. I like to see my fish. To me, it looks grimy when it's like dark like that. But if it's intentional, it can be beautiful. But if it's not intentional, it's not it. Tightly. Kenneth, appreciate you, bro. Thank you for your support. Just my first video I watched was when you were making the 30-gallon with the hang on the back filter. I remember the part where you caught the fish on the floor. Yeah, man. You remember when I revived that yellowtail damsel, huh? Yeah, I've done that a number of times, man. I've done that a number of times. So, yeah, in case y'all don't know what he's talking about, so if you see your fish kind of dried out, not really dried out, but your fish has gotten out the tank, jumped out the container, seeing whatever the case may be. If you catch it on the floor, don't just automatically assume that it's dead. Sometimes they just need to get some oxygen going through them gills so they can start breathing again. So all you do is you take the fish, you go back and forth. So basically, you're forcing oxygen in and out of the gills. It's almost like fish CPR. You do that a few times, and if the fish has any chance of living, it's going to live. If it don't, it was going to be dead anyway. Will it hurt the fish? Will the tannins hurt your fish? Not at all. Not at all. Honestly, some fish enjoy it because that's how it would be in the wild. Our tanks are stunning, like crystal clear compared to some of the waterways these fish are living in. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the waterways they're living in, the water's dark. Um, It just doesn't look like that. You have particles all through the water. It's all types of debris floating around. So you could kind of say our tanks are a little sterile compared to these natural environments of where these fish come from. So it's definitely not going to hurt the fish. You know, like I said, it's just something that I don't know how long you're going to have to deal with it, but you know, it's just something that a lot of us don't like to deal with. But it's definitely not going to harm the fish. You know, it makes your water a little soft, but if you don't have African cichlids or something like that in there, it's not going to be a problem. You wouldn't really want to have the driftwood with African cichlids because they like a harder water. That's why you add like crushed coral in there to kind of harden up the water a little bit and raise the pH. Do I think I would get a frogfish one day? Not anymore. I've had my share of frogfish. They're beautiful, but they've always starved to death. It's hard to get them to eat. They're ambush predators. So unless you get one that's tongue feeding, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to constantly buy smaller fish like saltwater mollies or platies, damsels, green chromis, and put them into your aquarium, a smaller aquarium, and hope that your fish could catch them. It's sometimes it's like a death sentence when you buy these frogfish. So I wouldn't buy any frogfish, not anymore. Like I said, I appreciate them in the pet store, but I leave them there. It's funny that you say that because the last time I was at my local fish store, I was so close to buying one, but nah, no more frogfish. Tyson, damn, I was not trying to buy a Radion, and yeah, the Radion lights are good. No problem, Tyson. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate your support. And yeah, the Radion is definitely a good light. You might have to get that second one. And if you got one, might as well get two. You know what I mean? Your tank's gonna be lit up good. You're gonna have some corals growing in there. Like, yeah, top notch. That's why I'm going to set up corals in my 37 gallon. So if I gotta buy an expensive light, it's all good. I can set it up in the 37 gallon and it's gonna be good. But if I had to light up my 125, I had to light up my 225, I'd be sick. We'll be waiting to get this plywood built for the next 5 years. So definitely not gonna do that. Oh, let me fix that. Justin, I remember when I replaced the pebble substrate with the sand from the Mediterranean and watched them behave more like it in the wild. Digging into the sand made me fall. Yeah, yes, sir. So yeah, cichlids love to dig, and they can't really dig that much when it comes to like the pebbles. So, giving them a more it's more it's better for us. It's more aesthetically pleasing. Some people don't like to see like the caves that these fish dig out. I like it. I feel like they take what I put into the aquarium and they make it their own. So I enjoy watching fish dig. It's therapeutic for me. You lost a few like that. Let me see. I might have missed that. You lost a few like what, JB? Missed out, JB. I don't know I don't know what you lost a few like. Like how? Those are your favorite fish? You had a few favorites with them too? Well, you got lucky if you had yours eating shrimp. You definitely got lucky. What size aquarium do you put those in? Thank you, Chili Willis. Appreciate you. Thank you for the $10 donation. I'll definitely keep it up. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, what you put your Makai or Makai? How you say it? Makai? Makai? What do you put your frogfish in? What do you keep them in? What size tank? Okay, yeah, I do have African cichlids in it, but my pH is actually kind of high, 8.5. I have a green tear, firemouth, Texas cichlid, and an Oscar. They seem to be loving the environment though. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, shit. As long as they doing good, man, that's all that matters. I mean, the pH is supposed to be high, so I'm glad that they doing good in there. I mean, that's a hell of a combination, bro. Man, I'd be nervous about that Texas cichlid and that Oscar though. I really would. I know Texas cichlids are aggressive, and that Oscar gets big. But I know for now they might be all around, the right size, so they're getting along. Do you know what an Australian freshwater mangrove jack is? I've been seeing the mangrove jacks never own one, but yeah, I know what they look like. I know what they are. 5 gallon. Oh yeah, they small then. Man, you know how big those Oscar get, don't you? Man, they get big, man. 12 inches, if not bigger. Texas cichlids, 9 inches. 9 inches of aggression. I know you're gonna be upgrading them soon. Bay Center Luz, what's going on with you, bro? Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for tuning in. We've been doing this for about 2 hours and 7 minutes, y'all. First live, and we on this thing for 2 hours. Man, it's dark outside because of y'all. Y'all been making me comfortable. I appreciate it. I know the Texas nowhere near as aggressive as the Dovi. I didn't say it was. You know what? Hey, MNC. What's the next most aggressive fish? Would you say it's not an American cichlid? I got him in a pond. What do you say? What do you if you put your Dovi with anything? What you gonna put it with? Let me know. I want to know what you're gonna put that fish with. Thank you, Basin. God bless you as well. Oh yeah, yep. Okay, it's all good for the upgrade. Yeah. Eventually you might just like I say, you probably gonna have to probably you could probably keep your green tear with your with the African cichlids though. That might have to get moved. The other ones might be able to stay in the 55. Just to say, even though I don't have cichlids, just cories. Man, tell me this, Justin. Have you ever seen the laser green corridors? I want one of them. Yeah, you can't do the flower horn. MNC Aquatics, man, you can't do the flower horn. You can't do the flower horn. It's not even on the same level. But the only fish that you could keep with the Dovi successfully, the buddy cough rod. Probably didn't see that coming. The buddy cough rod and the red devil. You got to have them both. Both, you got the best chance of making sure that they all live. There's gonna be aggression, but you have the chance. The buddy cough ride can't really be with nobody else but the Dovi. And this pond, the only reason why this works is because I have so many aggressive fish in here. As you know, I got the Dovi in there. I got two big buddy cough in there. I got like 5 red devils in there. And yes, it's always constant aggression, but it's displayed out between everybody. The red Atabapo pike is a beast. So amateur pro racing, how do I keep my red other fish? You got to make sure that you keep it with fish that's more aggressive, bigger and more aggressive, which means the doveye, which means the buddy eye, right? That's the only reason why it works. And then I'm able to throw in some smaller fish. You know what I'm saying? Like I got like a 5-inch Salvini in there. You know what I mean? I got an African pike in there. I have my red-tailed Brycon in there. I have who else is small? I got a small Atabapo pike in there. You know, my red terror in there. The only reason why this works is because I have 5 of the red devils in there, along with the 2 buddy eye, and then the dove eye. When I had them, and then also because it's an 800-gallon pond, and the way I have it set up. When I had those fish inside the 240, it was funk. It was funk. I constantly had to remove one or another. But if you give them enough space, you have a higher chance of making sure that they won't kill each other. Scoopus Herbs, what's up, bro? Man, yep, definitely went live for the first time. We've been doing this for about, it says 131 minutes, y'all. We've been going. I'm gonna have to end this soon though, because it's getting late. What time is it? It's getting late. I got work to do. It's 7:36. We've been cracking, man. I definitely appreciate you all for stopping through. I appreciate you all. Whoever, everybody hit the like button. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for making this first experience well worth it. Like I said, we're gonna do this again. Man, we might do this at least one time a day if I can. That's a fact. Yeah, the Red Devil, Lakaya. Yeah. Anyways, bro, thanks for the convo and advice. Will definitely get myself a 20-25 gallon soon. I got to get back to studying, but much love. Continue streaming, man. Yeah, appreciate you, Justin. Nice talking to you. Need to do this again, man. Thank you again, man. Good luck with the studying. And if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. As you can see, I'm here for them. And I'm going to catch you in the next one, man. It's all good. I didn't let anybody know I was gonna drop this live. My phone says I'm at 20%. I didn't let anybody know I was gonna drop this live. I just did it. But thank you for coming through. Those hybrids for sale, Scoopers. Yeah, let me know. Hit my email. Uh-huh. I got some frying at 265 growing out real nice. So yeah, man, just go ahead and email me. Does a Texas cichlid grow teeth? Yep. Yep. That Texas cichlid is gonna be on that Oscar's ass, bro. Straight up. Straight up. The Oscar's not ready for the Texas cichlid. Oscars get big, but their teeth are so small, it's more like a bass. They just swallow shit. You know what I mean? It's more abrasive. Whereas the Texas cichlid is actually going to get teeth, take chunks. So yeah, man, that Texas cichlid is going to be a problem. It's going to be the Texas cichlid, then the Oscar, then the green terror. If you leave that green terror in there with both of those fish long term, especially that Texas cichlid, they're going to kill him for sure. Fish in my 240 gallon. I have a male Dover, male devil, some of that's a red devil, male jag, male Senspillum, male marble fin, male black belt, male Texas, male green tear, female Argentine. I guess that's a type of vieja, I think. Some of these don't even know. Percy, the buddy Carfry, and Silver Dollar. What size is everybody, bro? Taking over a year to get the right mix, bro. You don't have the right mix, man. You don't have the right mix. I hate to break it to you. You know why? You know why? That Buddy Carfry, that Red Devil, and that Jack. The other ones, those are cool. You can keep those together. But you're gonna have to do something about that buddy coffereye, that red devil, and that jag, bro. I'm not trying to. I'm just telling you. Mark my words. That buddy coffereye is gonna be a problem. Problem. You don't know that? I hope you know that. I hope you comment right now. I hope you know that, bro. You gotta know that, man. You gotta know. Buddy coffereye is a terrorist, man. It's not. It's not a cool fish. You gotta have the right selection, man. The only thing you can keep that buddy coffereye long term is that Dovi, red devil. Man, you can't even keep the jaguar with that buddy coffereye long term. You can't. You can't. You're gonna have to get those three. You got to get those three out of there, man. Seriously, you really do. A lot of people I know they say you can't put buddy coffereye with any other fish. You can. You can. You only can put that buddy coffereye with dovies and red devils, man. That's it. That's it. They get hella big. Mine is probably like 13 inches. Huge, thick, like thick, like 5 inches thick, 4 inches thick. A tank. Everyone 12-inch plus? What? You getting away with that? Oh, you lucky. You know, I'm glad I'm glad that you're able to get away with that. I tell people all the time, man, I definitely show people that the impossible is possible. And you just confirm what I said. I hope everybody just seen that. He just proved the point that sometimes you get away with things that, you get away with things that somebody else can't get away with. I'm glad it's working out for you. I'm glad it's working out for you. You said it's been going, you've been having it like that for a year. I hope that this stays like that for the next 5 years. But I would definitely be concerned about that buddy coffereye for sure. And as you know, the jag gets 18 inches. I know you know that. And the red devil don't get that big. You got a big ass red devil if he's 12 inches. But man, that's good though. That's the perfect selection. That's a perfect selection. People told me for years that I couldn't keep my dovi with any other fish. They told me I couldn't keep my red devils, my buddy coffereye with any other fish. Meanwhile, I got an 800-gallon pond right here. I got 5 red devils in there, 2 buddy coffereye, and they said you can't put 2 buddy coffereye together. 2 buddy coffereye in there with the red with the dovi. So it's not really about what somebody else could do. It's about what you could do in your own tank, your own parameters, how you get down with your fish and things like that. You definitely made it happen, man. Hats off to that, man. Good job. Yeah, man. Send me a video, man. I want to see that. Send me that video, man. I can't wait to see that. That's my shit, man. That's my shit, man. As y'all know, I mean, I love aggressive fish. I love aggressive fish. So that's exciting, man. I can't wait to see how that looks. Okay, thanks a lot, bro. How can I link up to buy some? You out here in Cali? You in Cali, bro, or what? Where you at? If not, I'm gonna have to send me your email. Email me, and we'll figure out. I can definitely send you some, but just let me know. Are you out here in Cali, or are you somewhere else? Where you at? Amateur Pro Racing, man. It was nice keeping it real with you too, bro. Tyson, appreciate all the knowledge, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. I'm gonna just keep it solo. Those headaches. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, we definitely don't need the headaches in the hobby, man. Trying to limit those headaches as much as often, man. Yeah, Thunderdome, Mike Crowley Thunderdome. That's a fact, man. He got Thunderdome, man. I got Thunderdome in that pond too, but it's been working out. I got lucky. I got lucky. Straight up. Golden Dorados have become my favorite fish overnight. Yeah, yeah. Predatory fins got the Golden Dorados for you. I wanted to get one, but maybe when I turn this into like 3,000, 4,000 gallons. When I get this thing the way I want it, this pond, then I'll probably do a golden dorado. They need a lot of swim space. Definitely need a lot of swim space. They don't really want to. They don't want to sit still. They don't want the caves. They want to swim around. You in Alabama? Yeah, bro. We can make it happen. Hit my email, or DM me, however you want to contact me. Just let me know. Let me know how many fish you want, and we'll make it happen. I got the hybrids. I got our Dovi Feste hybrids. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna scoop this. I'm definitely gonna do this again, man. This is the first time, and like I said, man, y'all made this fun. I'm having a good time. I didn't even expect to be on this thing for shit. What, 2 hours and 20 minutes, almost 2.5 hours? I didn't even expect this, but I'm having a blast with y'all. So we 100% doing this again. You in Australia? Okay, okay. Hold on. But I've added a female in there too. you know, um, the red tiger motor gwens, I threw a small one in there in the pond, and it's still in there. It's probably like 5 inches, still in the pond with all those big fish. Aggressive, like, those are nice ones too. Justin, he said, I'm actually have to pop back in and ask one more question. I'm gonna get the 20-gallon right now for pickup. Should I get the 30-inch long, or the 16-inch tall version? Uh, it really depends. Do you want to have corals, or you want to just have it a fowler, which is fish only with live rod? I think it would depend on that. The 20-gallon long is nice, but it's a short aquarium. I started off with the 20 tall. I think it's just, man, I don't even want to tell you the wrong thing, bro. If it's a kit, it's probably going to be the tall. It's not going to be the long. The long usually just come as a tank only, but it really depends on your stocking and what you want to put in there. You could definitely put certain fish in a long one. You could put certain fish in a tall one. I think the tall ones look a little bit better for saltwater, but I set up my 20-gallon long for the better tank. It looks hella good. Man, I don't really know, bro. I need to know what you plan on stocking it with, or at least if you want to do corals. If you want to do corals, I would go with the taller version. That way, the light isn't really so strong on the corals. But if you don't plan on doing any corals at all at no point, then I would go with the 20-gallon long. Do you see yourself owning unbies, bro? Man, you just scoop. Man, I just lost my unbee. I just had an unbee. I just had one, man. I had a nice one growing out, man. Like, got like 3.5 inches, man. My red what was it? My not my red Texas. Yeah, my red Texas, man. My red Texas that I just got, beat him up, killed him. Tall, I can't wait no more. There you go, tall. Tall it is. There we go. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Justin. Yeah, man. Get active. Yeah. Hope that thing gets set up by next week. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. I'm happy for you. Let me know how I go. Rio Max are nice as fuck. What the fuck is a Rio Max? Damn. I got you making me have to look shit up. No, not the kit. I'm gonna go with the tank only. And I'll get the tall because I want to have options of corals. Yep, there you go. Tall it is. All right. Fish, I think I have the sukiest buddy ever, and he must not know what he's capable of. He get beat up by my Oscar pair, so the Oscars took much for him to heal. Oh, hell no. Hey, damn, damn. Yeah, man, I don't know what's up with your buddy. Damn, man. Yeah, yeah, he He don't know what he's capable of. Damn. I'm at a loss of words for that. Didn't even expect that one. Shit. Got beat up by 2 Oscars. If I throw my Oscar in that pond, he's not gonna make it through the night. He's gonna be dead like damn near quick within an hour. Like they hate Oscars. And especially my buddy Coffroy, they hate Oscars. Whether it was T.O., whether it was my albino Oscar, they hate him. Like they just get him up out of there ASAP. ASAP, I gotta get in there and save him. And that's crazy. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with that buddy you got. All of them aren't like that though. Mine are some hitters for sure. And I'm not saying it because I'm trying to brag. It's just like that's a problem. Like I love Buddy Fry. I've been wanting to get some more small ones to start over the growing process, but man, they are vicious. It's so hard to find, like you said, it's so hard to find the right tank conditions with the right tank mates for these fish. It's very hard. Shane, what's happening with you, bro? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, man. All right, peace, Justin. Have a good one. Let me know how it goes. And yes, the umbies, they are definitely one of the fish that get huge. They're right under dovai. You know, the dovai gets 27 inches. They get big. Takes a long time, though. 10 years. Long time. How did I get into fish and aquariums? So Ermin asks, how did I get into fish and aquariums? I got into fish because of my mom. I got my first tank when I was 10 years old, and it was because my mom got me into fish. You know, my grandma started her off into fish. When I would go to my grandma's house, you know, she'd have a little 40-gallon tank with guppies and albino cory cats and things like that. I'd just sit there and be staring at the tanks. And then I had a local fish store right by my house that I would always go and, you know, look at their aquariums and just look at the fish and things like that. So I got my first fish tank at 10. I was keeping like painted glass fish, platies, mollies, neon tetras, things like that, the small fish, all in a 10-gallon. Making my mistakes, getting ick, curing ick by myself. My mom didn't help me. So curing fish at 10, you know, curing the ick, cleaning my own aquariums, making all the mistakes myself, learning. And then I got out of fish. And then I got into reptiles. Then back in 2012, 11 years ago. Matter of fact, it was 2011. So 12 years ago, I went to a local fish store and they had a dovai. Now, this dovai is shitting on the dovai I got. This dovai was probably, I would say, 16, 18 inches. This damn thing had teeth the size of puppy teeth, like this long, red tips. You know, it was in a small tank, so he looked even bigger. You put your finger up to the glass. I mean, it's thrashing, trying to bite my finger and all that, man, going crazy. I fell in love with that fish. I'm like, I want that fish. I'm like, I gotta have it. So I asked him what it was. He told me what it was. I told him, I said, I don't even have a tank yet. Let me get a tank, and I'm gonna come back for that fish. So he was selling for $150. I put a $50 deposit down on that fish. Went and bought me a 75-gallon aquarium. Bought me a 75-gallon aquarium, right? I don't know. I thought I was gonna be able to keep that fish. Nope. So I started doing my research after I bought that aquarium, right? I bought the whole little kit. It was a stand. It was from PetSmart. It was a tank, the stand, the whole nine. So I buy the tank. I'm cycling the tank. Then they tell me. Then I start doing my research, and now I'm finding out what the dovai is, what it's capable of, how big this thing get, what size tank it needs. I'm like, oh shit, I can't afford this. I can't do nothing with this fish. Man, what am I gonna do with it? He can't even fit inside the 75-gallon I got. So I bought an albino Oscar. That was my first fish. So bought the albino Oscar, started doing my research, started finding out what fish could I get with the dovai, because he had a 6-inch dovai. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get the 6-inch dovai instead of that big. When I took my money back, I was like, I want the 6-inch dovai. Doing research, finding out with the dovai, That's when I found out about the undies. That's when I found out about the buddy, all these different fish that's really aggressive. So that's how I started. I got right back in the hobby 12 years ago after being out the hobby, shit, man, for like 20 years. So, yeah, that's how I got back in it. And I haven't looked back. Now it's just, I got a whole fucking fish room now. And, I'm here to stay. But that's how I got into it. My grandma was in it. My grandma got my mom into it. My mom got me into it. And I just, like I said, it's just always been something that's like therapeutic. I've always felt at peace when I go to fish stores. Just, the water is tranquil, tranquil, like that's why I have the waterfalls in the pond. It's just so relaxing. So, yeah, that's how I got into it. What about you? How'd you get into fishing aquariums? AJ Quest, what's up, bro? I appreciate that. Let me catch up on these comments. Man, I appreciate you, AJ. Thank you for watching the videos. Fish, how do I want you to send me the video of the 240? Can you send it to my email? I don't know if you can. Could you send it to the email? Will it let you? Do I have any flower horns for sale? I don't have any flower horns for sale, bro. I got one flower horn. Actually, I got two. One is I guess he's a flower horn. I still haven't seen any kind of flower horn attributes about of him. But yeah, I got two flower horns, none for sale. Usually you have to have some flower horn fry, but I don't have any flower horn fry. The only fry that I got and the only fish that I'm even selling is my hybrids, and that's the Dovi Feste hybrids. Oh yeah, right on. Thank you, Rio Mac Umbies. Thank you for reminding me. Let me check it out. Hold on. Yeah, URC, good to see you live, bro. I see you got the discus. Yeah, you had to get you some too. Hell yeah, Yeti, for sure. Man, yeah, I appreciate you for. We've been on this thing for a while now. I might have to switch out the mic. I don't know if it's getting kind of bad, but you know what? Let's switch this thing out. For 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. All right. So we were talking about the Rio Umbi. Hold on, what was it? It's Umbi. Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah, that's what I had. The Umbi cichlid. Magdalena. Yeah, that's what I had. I definitely want another one. If I could get a hold of another one, I probably got to order one. Probably got to order one. Let's see where I could get one at. Do y'all ever buy any of your fish from Imperial Tropicals? That's what I pull with. Nope. I can't find one online right now. Pooh Bear Drax, yeah. Yeah. That's my guy. You got to fish the same way, DM? That's how it starts. That's how it's gonna start for my little man. I think that's important. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely want to make sure that you pass that on if you can, because it's a way that I've always been able to connect with my mom and my grandma. They both passed away, so it's a great way to remember them. And like that's why I did the guppy tank, because my grandma was into the guppies. Yeah. All right, Mike. Yep, you have a good night, bro. Thank you for tuning in. And Carl, for sure, man. Aida's definitely going hard on TikTok, way harder than me. But yeah, so that's why I did the guppy tank. That's why I did the guppy tank, because I wanted to do it like a dedication tank to my mom and my grandma with the nano fish. The same thing with the neons, even though the tetras, like the pork chop tetras or the T-bone tetras and the rummy nose tetras. it's a dedication to my mom and my grandma. So it's definitely a way to, always remember them by me having the opportunity to, you know, have a certain tank with a certain type of fish that they may have had. My mom was really into like the neons and the cories, and then my grandma was of course in the cories and the guppies and things like that. So yeah, I had them as a kid, and then I had reptiles and watching videos like yours. I started with fish. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely into reptiles too. I'm definitely into reptiles too, Ermin. So snakes, I had snakes, I had iguanas, I had different types of lizards. So damn, Kobe is in there messing with the clown knife. I think I have to feed him. Damn. When you see that big old mouth going towards one of your fish, it gets a little concerning. I think Kobe is hungry. Bro, my dad got me into fish. My aunt's house caught on fire, and I had to help carry huge pacus down the street and put them in my dad's tanks. Yeah, pacu. What do y'all think about pacu fish? What do y'all think about pacus? Tell me. We running out of time. My phone's dying. I want to know what do y'all think about pacus? Amateur pro racing predators are the only way to go. I agree. I love predators. Saltwater, freshwater, all the shit. I definitely love predator fish. Bassin, it's awesome. Your wife supports you too. Yeah, I agree. You definitely got to pick the right one, and I certainly picked the right one. That's a fact. Yeah, in Florida, yeah, pacus are many. They get so big, and the only way. I mean, I don't know if y'all watch Ohio Fish Rescue, but the reason why I really value what they do so much is because they show you exactly how big these fish get. If you ever wanted to know how big any of the fish get that we get, just go check out Ohio Fish Rescue. They have from the air to the pacus, to the red-tailed catfish, to the gars, to the dorados, to everything, to the pufferfish. Man, if you see their channel, see what they got in their big fish room, you see how big these fish get. And that's why I know that pacus should not be sold to the common hobbyists. Red-tailed catfish should not be sold to the common hobbyists because these things are tank busters, and then you'll end up calling Ohio Fish Rescue to come take your fish. Because a lot of us don't have a 5,000 gallon, 10,000 gallon pond for some of these fish, and some of them get that big. Arapama get 10 feet. They have a couple inside of that 56,000 gallon pond or pool pond, and they look big in there. You have one pacu, 808 beast. What size tank? What size tank, bro? What size pond? Everything gotta go. Peace out. But dude, I've been following you since you had 200 subs, and I keep tuning in, keep running, bro. I love your content. Thank you, Ermin. I really appreciate you for watching, man. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for making this easy. Thank you for making this fun. I'm gonna catch you in the next one for sure, man. Thank you again. Have a good night. Yeah, DM, they get hella big, man. They get hella big. Way too big. Way too big. Hold on, gotta catch up. Gotta catch up. Amateur, what I say your fish tank is a reflection of your life. And your tanks are properly taken care of. Your life should be as always, be as well. I agree. I agree. Your tank should definitely match your life. Damn, man, he's really in there going through it. Yeah, it definitely should. It definitely should. And I don't know if that's fact. I think life is full of ups and downs. Our tanks is like a roller coaster as well. You know, sometimes, even if your tanks you know, get too fucked up or it go bad or whatever. maybe, you still got to make sure your life isn't like that. You know what I mean? You got to prioritize. You know, if you're gonna have one looking better than the other, your life better definitely look better than your fish tank. That's a fact. Pooh Bear. Yeah, fish keeping is definitely in my blood. Yours too. Yours and your sons too. That's good. That's good. You to pass things down like that to your offspring. Carl, I've been tuning in since the beginning, bro. Got to connect with you, with the wife and the kids now. Keep up. Have a great up. Thank you, man. Appreciate you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to definitely catch you in the next one. That's a fact. Amateur pro racing is pretty similar with my Grammy. She had guppies too when I was a kid, and the fish store was around the corner from the bakery back in the day. Yeah, yeah. You know, back in the day, you know, a 40-gallon tank was big. You know, 75-gallon tank was huge. You know, it hasn't been. It's just like over the last like maybe 10 years. You know, people started getting these gigantic aquariums. You know, but prior to that, you know, people were just keeping, like you said, guppies, platies, and corridors and things like that. Tim Bakui, I gotta look that up. It's the only Paku I keep nowadays. I don't even know what that is. AJ Quest, thank you for that, man. I'm definitely gonna keep it up. Definitely gonna keep it up. All right, y'all. So I'm about to probably wrap it up myself. It's 8:06. I've been on this live for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I definitely gotta still do some invoices tonight. I gotta go spend some time with the fam. She Aida has been super supportive. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be able to be in here with you guys for so long. It's still sending fish. Okay, yeah. I love to have a vampire fish, but man, yeah, the vampire fish, I've had a couple of those. To be honest with you, 300-gallon pond. Bro, you got a 28,000-gallon pond? What else you gonna put in there? That's a massive pond. 28. But yeah, I don't. I think the only people that comes close is Ohio Fish Rescue, and that's a 56,000-gallon pond. But it's also not a 10-foot fish yet. And they have a lot of other fish. All right, fish, I'm gonna check them out. But nobody else. Predatory fins, they had two inside of a 15,000-gallon, and they look small. Lake had one in a 6,000-gallon pond that didn't make it. That's definitely not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you definitely want to make sure that you keep your fish properly in the right size space. And if you're not topping what you see as the bumblebee groupers, they belong in a while. Bumblebee groupers they're bigger than the Goliath grouper. They get over 10 feet. I don't know why. I don't know why people keep buying them, but I don't think you're gonna do. tails, you can keep your tiger shovel nose, you can keep your pacus. You got options, bro. You got options like a motherfucker. But how many people got a 28,000 gallon pond? You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that you are doing right by yourself, doing right by the fish, and you have some restraint with some of these fish, because otherwise, you know, like I said, you be calling up Ohio Fish Rescue, and after a while, they're gonna run out of space. I hate to see it. I hate to see them run out of space. But yeah. So I'm gonna get to a couple more of these questions, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. My boy Cleveland, the wife's gonna Cheetos 3 hours here. Yeah, but so I'm gonna wrap this on up, and we really did it big tonight. I really appreciate. Hold on. I think to make a predator tank work best it can, trying to get all males, so no breeding. Behavior occurs. Keep the water temp low. Heaps of rock, structure, clean water, well fed, and luck. Yeah, it really depends though. Depends on the fish. Really depends on the fish. All fish don't really need rock work. You know, something like the catfish, you can't put rock work in there because they don't need it. They need space. You know, but yeah, nonetheless, I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you for tapping in with me. And we've been doing this for a long time now. So we will do it again. I don't know what day, but you know that when we do it, we're gonna do it right. And I hope each and every single one of you have a good night. Stay blessed, and really appreciate you all. I'm gonna catch you on that next one. Peace.